Welcome to Edenic Gardens. This is our vision, this is our dream. Come along with us. During the days of rain, we took the opportunity to pack and work on other things. Also during this time, we finally got our Ford F-350 we had ordered almost a year ago, and since right now it's too much to keep both dualies, we are selling the Ram 3500 that we have come to appreciate. We have been wanting to wrap up the most of the moving in the beginning of November, so we bought packing supplies to facilitate the move. Boxes, tape, labels, and a couple different types of dollies in addition to the ones we already had. Our kids were great help setting up the boxes, like factory style, and stacking them, making it easier to just grab and fill. We ended up with more boxes than we needed when usually it's the other way around. This time we changed our moving method and packed the kitchen first versus last. Unfortunately, the box with most items I had set aside for us to use until we were completely transitioned got transferred to the property. My husband, who enjoys and does a lot of the cooking, has been a bit frustrated to find empty drawers and no spatula or wooden spoons or other handy kitchen utensils and tools. The girls and I, who pack the kitchen, keep reminding him that he told us to pack everything. The garage is a mess sorting out what to pack and organizing the things that need to go to the property versus the few things we want to keep with us for now. Moving can be stressful, but it is also an opportunity to purge things that are excess, unfunctional for our family, or simply no longer spark joy. Finally, the ground was solid enough to receive our dirt loads. 30 to be exact. Definitely had not anticipated that. Additional expense that we had not anticipated at the very beginning. We had been going through a bit of a drought, but lately it has been raining, which is good for our grass seeds, but put a delay on finishing the driveway, which would have been done by now. Even after the rain, it takes days for the mucky ground to be workable. And recently, the temperatures have dropped significantly, which led to frost. Frost, when melts, makes the already muddy ground more wet, delaying the work further. We also purchased another shed. The first one is 12 by 24, and this one is 12 by 32, with two 8-foot lofts like the previous one, but with a residential door, a cute porch, and 3 windows. We were looking forward to the delivery. This one is exclusively for personal items such as our clothing, books, kitchen items, linen, and such. The other shed is for tools. The gentleman did a very good job leveling this shed and kindly adjusted one of the doors to the previous shed, which became unleveled after we moved it. We are considering in the future to possibly transform the 2 sheds into cabins for visiting family and friends. From what we can tell, it should not be difficult or complicated to convert the sheds into living spaces. Add installation, sheetrock, wiring, a couple ladders to the lofts, and voila! These sheds can even be used as an Airbnb space in a beautiful location. And just a side note, it is important to keep rodents away, especially in spaces like sheds and garages. We bought Earthkind natural rodent and spider repellents from Amazon and dispersed them in both sheds and the camper, and threw a couple under the sheds as well. While we were getting our shed, I received a call from a dear friend who wanted to come up from out of town with his son to see us and help out in any way, knowing there was much to do. Moving is a very stressful event, even when you're looking forward to it, so usually in times like this, it's easier to just do it ourselves. But on this occasion, all I thought was how refreshing to have his energy around, and perhaps it's the right kind of distraction we may need. So with his personality and sweet, hard-working son, who takes after his father, we were able to mingle a little work and play and lots of laughs. It was a bigger blessing than we had imagined. Hopefully his whole family will join us in the next visit. Thank you, John and John. And a very special thank you also to the Alves family for helping us during this move. It's nice that some of our neighbors have already been our friends, and one of them asked if we could bush hog her property. This was the first time we drove the tractor on the road and the first time using our bush hog. Along the route, we stopped by to check in on a neighbor that had hip surgery, who my husband likes to call the mayor. Now, her land hadn't been cleared in a few years, and it was so nice to see her reaction even before we finished. It's satisfying to be part of something that brought her joy and hope. Needless to say, the brush was high, and there were lots of young trees that had sprung up. She also had planted some fruit trees, but it was hard to distinguish what was what at this point, so unfortunately we had to clear everything. Because we had never seen the terrain, our severe duty grapple came in very handy, but that also meant we were unaware of some things. A piece of the shaft ended up breaking and bending before we could finish bush hogging. We had to take it to John Deere dealer and wait for some parts to come in, which took a few weeks. We moved the remaining culverts from the side of the field to the top of the hill to hopefully use next week in the other part of the driveway and the new entrance. so rewarding to see the grass coming in nicely on the field we sowed. More gravel for the driveway going up the hill. We were only able to get 2 loads of gravel. We will have to wait for next week to get more because of the muddy ground. It's too risky for the trucks to get stuck. On the side slope, we will sow grass in early spring. This was a cold 36-degree Sunday morning, moving more items, working in all weather. We tried to work quickly so the kids could make it to a fall festival in the afternoon, and me to a meeting. The remainder of the driveway from the shop area where the RV is currently located to the top of the hill where the house site is, leading down the other road, is progressing remarkably. Currently, it is a muddy mess, but looking promising. And the view is stunning. We cleared up some debris near one of the entrances that was roughly made by one of the previous owners just for logging. John and John mixing work and play. Finally, our bush hog is repaired, fortunately under warranty.